Bobbi spent their summer with MESD's Trio Upward Bound program at Portland State University and the University of Oregon. At PSU, they joined the 2-week Inquiry for Justice seminar, where they lived on campus, took special classes, and explored Vanport history while also earning their college-level Writing 121 credit and built outdoor leadership skills. Later, this rising leader from Helensview High School attended the Uplift Leadership Summit in Eugene, Oregon, a career readiness and leadership camp that hosted more than 90 students and volunteers. Upward Bound aims to build career clarity, confidence, college exposure, and community, and Bobbi excelled every step of the way. Here are Bobbi's own words about their summer journey.
It was really good. It was like very busy too though, since we went from like one program to another. The switch up was very interesting to me from how the way like PSU run things. It seemed very community based, and it was like preparing you for college specifically. So like if you know you want to go to college, then that is like a very good like program to go to, I would say. So it was like showing you what it would be like if you went to college and what studying hours would look like. Like it had a whole cool schedule, and we actually got to learn like college information. Like we were actually like being educated. That was cool. And then I went to U of O, and we had less of like community based, but like definitely lots of education to prepare us for our future career choices and paths, which was really nice. And we went to a lot of meetings that gave us really good advice. And we even worked on our resumes there, which was really cool. Yeah, for me personally, I thought it was very good, especially at PSU, because everything had like a schedule, and you had like mentors to stay on top of you. So like if you were like going to miss a class or something, they always give you door knocks. They always make sure you're awake and getting breakfast. So like there's like a whole like schedule thing going on. So it wasn't hard to adjust, because like I feel like it was really set up for students to have success. And then with U of O, I do think it's like a bit more independent, because like we just kind of had to like get ready and do stuff. Like there was like a certain time period and stuff. And I don't think anyone woke you up, but since I was like already used to like the PSU schedule and stuff, my sleep was good. That wasn't a problem for me. And yeah, that wasn't hard for me. There was a lot less writing in U of O too, so I don't know, everything felt a lot more like optional in U of O than PSU, if that makes sense. Like PSU had all this like schoolwork, like actual schoolwork, which was really good to me because I got to learn all this new information. And then U of O was like, here's stuff, and then if you want to take notes on it, do it, and if you don't, I guess. And there was still a lot of like community-based stuff at U of O too, like PSU. Like we still had lots of free time to do stuff, like play games. So me and another student who had been taking the PSU English class like towards the beginning of the year, like I knew her like sort of, and we like kind of spoke. We really got along after PSU. Like we hung out a lot, and we studied together. We still study together now, actually. So yeah, I got a really nice friendship out of the program, definitely.
That is.
I would say that it did kind of feel like it was on a whole new level. Like you really do, they want to teach you to dig deep on certain subjects and like the metaphors and what an author's meaning is behind something, which like they do a bit in high school, but like this is a lot more like advanced, and you just like, there's stuff that I don't think you necessarily think about that like professors will like be like, hey, and look at this is the message they're trying to say. What would this imply about society and all that other stuff? Like lots of critical thinking and like thinking, I guess, outside of like where you would normally, like they really teach you to be open-minded, where in most English classes, I do think that they do that, but it's like, it's just clearly not to the same level, like, at all. It's not as analytical, I would say. Like, there's a lot more analyzing in college English. The one that stood, it was the allegory of the cave. That one to me, yeah, that one was really stood out because first of all, I was really struggling with that assignment, and I was like having to ask like questions and stuff, and like I remember we saw this like YouTube video, and to me it was like very inspiring, like the metaphor, I don't know if that's like the right word, but like it had like a message I was trying to spread about society and like how it treats people who, oh my gosh, who like tell the truth, but it's not necessarily in like their narrative. And I thought that it actually had a lot to do in common with today, where like we automatically reject stuff that we can't, like information we can't handle, no matter how like true or factual it is. And some people have, and willful ignorance is a real big problem that we have, right? So it was like, I don't know, I really liked that one because of that metaphor. I definitely did get a change of perspective of how I want to go about my future, because I'm more of like kind of an introverted person. Like, I wouldn't say too introverted. Like, some might disagree, but because I don't like talking to strangers, but like with my social circle, it's very easy to talk to. But after going to the U of O trip, it really showed me how important it is to make connections within the industry and be social and on other people's sides and stuff. Like just for like to get up through capitalism. Like in a capitalistic society, you need connection. And I never really thought about that. And a charismatic personality. Well, I'm honestly a bit nervous. My friend really wanted me to do this, and so I caved and I'm doing it. I think it will, in the end, have some good, teach me good skills, lots of patience. I am going to try to be patient, and it's kind of possible. I don't think I'm gonna get angry, but you know, like some people get snappy with children. I don't like that. I did like kind of feel like that might be something that's normalized, but yeah, no, patience is something that I'm going to have, but most importantly, being calm under pressure is, I think, something that will be like taught to me, because I will be responsible for the time and making sure everything's organized in a nice group. I myself already struggle with organization, so we'll see how that goes, because I will have adults supporting me. But yeah, so I think I will learn lots of nice skills from that. Yeah. Oh, 100%. I think when it comes to Helensview first, because that's just where I started off with, Helensview has taught me a lot of social skills and how to interact with people in a more of a community-based environment, as well as how I can carry myself, because I don't know, you socialize with so many positive adult and authority figures, and they really like say you onto the right track to make connections. And so I had that. And then I went to PSU, which also had like a similar environment, but with like, I was interacting with more people my age. And like, honestly wasn't the most social one in the group, but like I still like really liked the people there. And I had lots of fun. So PSU, yeah, it mainly did that, and it prepared me for organizing my life, like what college would look like and how I can like prepare for that in the future. It gave me a real idea of that. And then with U of O, it taught me a lot of, like, I think lifelong career advice. So I took lots of notes, and I have lots of writings down from that. I want to get a PhD in psychology. If I were to specialize in a specific like part of that field, I think I would study autism, but like I do kind of want it to be broad. Before I had said neurological disorders, I want to become a neuropsychologist. So I wanted to specialize in neurological disorders, but I was talking to someone and they were like, you can't do all of that. And I was like, okay. And yeah, so I was like, I would just specialize in autism then, like, because I want to be able to give back to a community, our community as in like society as a whole. And I think helping people who have disabilities is going to have a positive impact. I don't mind specializing in like one specifically. Like I would assume I would have like an umbrella of like knowledge, but specializing in like one disorder is probably the best because then it's like, this is who I want to go to get this information. Even students who aren't interested in pushing themselves, I would actually push for that. Like, because there's just so many benefits, especially U of O, because it's open to like so many different types of careers and interests. Like, just if you're planning on working in the future, I definitely suggest you go to U of O. And if you're going to college, I definitely suggest, even if you're not planning to go to college, actually, I suggest you go to PSU. Because you just like, you learn so much about like history and society, I'd say, in that class. And it's so amazing because like, it's only 2 weeks long in the summer program. Like, you truly do learn so much and you get to meet all these professors. Yeah, it was so fascinating. I had, but it was like unrealistically like a fraction of what I had learned there. Like I had known nothing about like the racism or anything. I just knew that it was a city that had flooded and like scientists were like, guys, this place is gonna flood. And the people there were just like, how I was taught was just like, the people there were like, so it's not gonna flood, and then it flooded. I was really shocked by Claude Wolf's talk that he gave us. It was really, really interesting because I knew that like Portland was one of the wider cities, and I didn't know actually that the majority of like our Black population actually had come from Vanport because they were moving from overseas to get work on, I think, building in Vanport or something. They had moved to Vanport for work because there was a really good gigs going on, I guess. So people from all over, not just Black people, but like that's where a lot of the Black people came from. That's how they got to Portland, was to work in Vanport.